and Slither as well. Definitely impressive.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
kind of trying to decide where their damage came from. I guess Slither's ultimate.
yeah, when you fire Slither's ultimate, it's like it does a lot of damage. You just need to fire it off early enough to make it have a lot of impact onto the team fight because otherwise either the team is all dead before it really damages them or they won the team fight before it really does anything. So it's really crucial that you get it off early and that you hit a lot of people with it. But yeah, MSI just turning this around. I was like, at first I was like, OK Gaming, they're pretty much like they're in the lead. They are still, but this last team fight was really impressive, and it proves like a point that I have about MSI is just they don't have like they have very very good players in terms of Trixie, but what they also have is just super good communication and team and work.
Yeah, I wanted to mention actually, it's kind of funny because okay, first of all, the portal key on the Soul Stealer, right? So it's he jumps in but he has no initial. Usually with Soul Stealer's ultimate and portal key nowadays, you need to have another initiate stun like a Hammer Storm, but he's pretty far off any potential portal key. He's only sitting at 870 gold. So consider this: in the last fight, not only did his portal key not needed, but Andromeda actually wanted him there. He swapped him into them. So kind of shows you, like why Portal Key when Andromeda will swap you. Anyway, a jump in from Pebbles, who has a Portal Key onto Hammerstorm. He's going to take it out really fast. Swap coming out onto Pebbles, going to save him from Andromeda. Really nice job. And Pebbles going to port out, but oh, is it going to be in time? Yes, it is. He's going to be safe. Wow. A really nice job. He ported out right in his face. Soul Stealer used his blink to get in there and try to take him out, but just not enough. Really impressive play. Nice job by Semiju on the Andromeda, swapping out Pebbles and saving him from sure death.
Yeah, definitely. Just going over items really quickly before they start killing each other again. Oh god damn it! So there's gonna go down here most likely to the. Oh no, he survived. It's the ultimate. That was pretty probably overdoing it a bit.
Alright, yeah, go ahead, the items. I think you have time.
Slither, who got taken out, is going for the Helm of the Black Legion, which is a good choice considering the amount of burst damage that is on the Hellborn team. Hammerstorm's just having an army of basers in his inventory. Glacier's having steam boots. Pretty interesting. Seems that the change of striders really affected them that much that people don't consider them to be as good anymore. Or Glacius just feels that he really needs a ton of survivability to get through it. Also, Solskjaer has his portal key, but you mentioned that already. Woodside has his steam boots. Pebbles has his portal key. That's pretty huge, obviously, but it's maybe a bit too late to be really dominant. Bombardier is going to work towards that Staff of the Master. Um, yeah, and other than that, nothing really huge going on. Obviously, Flint Beastwood has finished off his Frostburn, and he's going to go for the normal Frostburn, into Charmers and um, Frostwolf Skull combination.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. Anyone doesn't know, Flint Beastwood's flare was actually changed to a tick, and now it's actually changed so it's a smooth damage, meaning it doesn't actually tick. I believe it just does damage over 2 seconds, and it's just a smooth damage. So it's actually, I believe it's pretty nice and kind of adjusted him to the point where he can farm pretty effectively with the ticks. It's kind of like interesting. No Tail apparently DC'd, which is an incredibly rare situation. But judging from where the teams are right now, with the experience only being about a 900 difference and the gold at 2000 difference, who would you give the advantage to, even though Online Kingdom has the hero kills, but they're not that far ahead in terms of other stats?
Like looking at the hero lineups, I would give it to Online Kingdom because they have very good initiation coming off from Pebbles and Hellbringer. You can set it up really nicely. Then they have Bombardier can immediately follow it up, and they have the harder carry in the end in term with Flint Beastwood, who can definitely out carry Soulseer in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. The only thing that MSI can do, in my opinion, would be if Slither got farmed enough, if he caught up in his farm and got some nice items, he can be pretty damn effective, with if he got geometers or whatever he might want to get in the team fights. And his ultimate, of course, does an incredible amount of damage. So But like you said, I think Online Kingdom has the better team fight abilities. They have the better initiation, which obviously gives them a better team fight. It's going to come down to the amount of farm that the MSI players can get on Soul Stealer and Slither respectively.
Yeah, most likely. But the problem with that is, right now I think that Slither is just worried about living through all the burst damage that comes out of the Hellborn team, so he can't get any DPS items anytime soon, and that really, that even, slows down any DPS coming out from the Legion team as well. What
It's
also
actually
could
not
happen.
bad. I was gonna say, Helm of Black Legion is pretty effective because if he can survive the initial burst damage, he can return a lot of damage with his spells that otherwise he wouldn't be able to do. So, I think Helm of Black Legion is fine. Sorry, you were saying something.
No, I'm not saying. I say I completely agree. Yeah, Helmet of the Black Legion is the most, you know, obvious choice or the most logical choice as we see. Like the Helmet taking out top tower, but it doesn't do damage in the end. Like if you want to compete late game with Flint Beastwood, then you need some damage going. Of course, you need the spell damage from Slither is super good, and you definitely want to get that off. But you also want, in this case, want him to get DPS going so he can help Soulseer compete with
Blink
Flint
coming in
Beastwood
onto
and
Soul
keep that build.
Stealer, I mean onto Slither on top from Pebbles, gonna get caught out. A nice follow-up, wow, a nice swap by Andromeda once again, probably gonna save Pebbles' life. He's trying to be denied, yeah. Deny coming off from Semiju, a really nice job. Pebbles had jumped in onto Slither, but immediately following that, bot on Witchslayer was right there to support him. Really nice job. Andromeda swapped out Pebbles to save his life. They saw it wasn't going to work, so they denied him in the end. Nice job from both sides right there.
Yeah, definitely. That was was pretty well played, but nothing really happened in the end. What the result of all this was, the Hellborn got a tower, and they got a denied hero. So that's not, and the Legion got a denied hero. So that's not really an even trade, is it?
Yeah, true, but it could have gone a lot worse, and it was definitely some nice play on both sides. So that's what I'm saying. But I think MSI definitely came out ahead. They didn't lose anyone, and there was a deny onto Pebbles. So yeah, for sure. And they're gonna get a top tower too. They're gonna push with the Slither Ward. It's gonna go down really, really fast. I think they're gonna get a deny off. They don't actually deny it. Pebbles gonna blink in and try to do something, but he's not gonna catch it when they're ready far back. So choosing to try to initiate instead of going for the deny. So definitely it cost them. You see that Pebbles took too long to get back, and they pushed the tower. So really nice capitalizing on that Pebbles death from MSI. If they couldn't kill him, they figured they're gonna make the most of it.
Yeah, most likely. But it feels like that both teams are not really willing to push hard. Both teams just kind of a bit scared of each other, and which you normally see like at 50, 60 minutes. Everybody's trying to max out and everything is on the line. But 30 minutes in, that's normally not the case. But this game is so close. Just look at the stats. It's 30 minutes in, and normally you see like a team having a pretty big advantage. But this is only 1k experience and 1.6k gold. That is like really nearly nothing. It is pretty huge. So this game is really, really close.
Yeah, 30 minutes into the game, it's extremely impressive and shows that these two teams are pretty well matched against each other. It's back and forth. You see, there's no, you see that they're very hesitant to put themselves out there where they're going to make a mistake. They're both playing really cautiously. So it shows that the respect they have, for their, the individual players and their skill as a team. Soulstealer picking up a Shrunken Head, so he has got the typical Portal Key Shrunken Head that we used to see a while ago. That now it's not as common, but it's still, I guess, the one of the standard builds, of course. Hammerstorm, yeah, he's maxed out on bracers. He's bracing himself for everything.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty interesting. Solstier first getting the bracers, and now he's got the shrunken head, which gives him roughly the same HP in the end. And it's gonna be interesting what he goes for next. But I really like the portal key pickup. I really do because I
Yeah,
think that
I want to
him
mention
getting yeah.
someone needs to look into it. Sorry, I'll get back to it. MSI is the only team I've seen that consistently every game likes to pick up a Gnome's Wisdom on one of their players. It definitely does. I'll explain the item in detail. Sorry, just finish what you were saying.
No, just go ahead. That's interesting.
Yeah, Gnome's Wisdom, aside from giving the bonus armor, aura, and the mana regen, actually, if you're full HP, and which, of course, if you're initiating, and you jump in there, the mana that you use gets applied as a shield, and it's basically it's kind of like an accursed thing. It absorbs damage, so it's pretty effective, and it's relatively cheap